The 5th season of The Handmaid's Tale has finally premiered, praise be! It's been over a year since we last caught up with June and her gang of revolutionaries, and the latest installment promises at least a glimpse of hope for the women of Gilead. Never fear though, because there's plenty of torture, death, and tension to catch up on. In today's video, we'll tell you everything you need to know about Season 5. First of all, where and when to watch Season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale. The first 2 episodes of the 5th season of The Handmaid's Tale season will be airing back-to-back from 8:30 p.m. Thursday, September 15th on SBS. After this week, episodes will air weekly on Thursdays and be available to stream on SBS On Demand. If you want to catch up on the previous seasons 1 through 4, old episodes are currently available to stream on Stan. There's no shame if your brain's a bit foggy on The Handmaid's Tale. It has been a long year after all. Based on Margaret Atwood's novel of the same name, the show is set in the dystopian US, which has been overthrown by an extremist Christian sect who enforced a new totalitarian regime and christened the new land Gilead. Their women are treated pretty much like property. And while the fertility rate is in steep decline, the government's main goal is to repopulate the country. Women are split into classes, with the elite but still oppressed wives of commanders at the top of the hierarchy. Infertile, low-ranking women are relegated to cooking and cleaning jobs, while handmaids are forcibly impregnated by commanders who have infertile wives. Our main character, June, was forced into being a handmaid after trying to escape Gilead with her husband and young daughter at the start of the revolution. For 4, and now soon to be 5 seasons, we've followed June's bid to find her daughter, survive, and overthrow the patriarchal nightmare the US has become. We opened on Season 4 to find that June didn't, in fact, die from a bullet wound to the gut. Surprise! She survived and was whisked away to a rural safe house with an enraged teen who was forcibly married off to her elderly husband. Oh, and she'd also gotten 86 Gilead children to safety in Canada, which the commanders in Gilead are pretty steamed about. We can't wait to see what Season 5 has in store for us. So what exactly can we expect from Season 5? The Season 5 trailer showed June still on the warpath, but with her sights dead set on Serena now that Fred is no more. A large funeral procession is also seen along with a very pregnant Serena. Meanwhile, Nick and Lawrence are still in the Gilead government, and while their actions seem anti-June, they are the only ones who handed Fred to her after all, so who knows where their allegiances truly lie. We know for sure that Alexis Bledel's Emmy won't be returning after the actress bowed out of the production following the 4th season. Pre-screening reviews have been fairly mixed for the 5th season. Variety called it a return to form after a few lackluster seasons, but reviews from IndieWire and Vanity Fair said that the show may have run out of steam. The Handmaid's Tale Season 5 currently has a score of 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Up next, the storyline of the 5th season. June's former captors Fred and Serena Waterford are in a Canadian prison. The toxic couple ends up turning on each other, but Serena brings out a trump card. She's pregnant. Back in Gilead, Lawrence and Nick still can't decide if they want to save themselves or save June, but they stay in powerful political opposition just in case. June is captured yet again and reunites with Aunt Lydia for some good old-fashioned torture to find out where her escaped handmaid pals currently are. After a lot of back and forth, June finally agrees to seek asylum in Canada, where she's reunited with her husband Luke. So now we've got June with a powerful kill under her belt and Serena in custody, still pregnant. And both are ready for one almighty clash. While many viewers thought this would be the last season, creator and showrunner Bruce Miller announced at the Season 5 premiere event at the Toronto International Film Festival that the series had been picked up further for a 6th season. He's also confirmed that it will be the last. However, Miller also announced that he was actively developing a follow-up series based on Margaret Atwood's 2019 novel, The Testaments. It's a sequel that's set 15 years after the events of The Handmaid's Tale, so we also have to look forward to that. Plus, The Handmaid's Tale boss on premiere cliffhangers and shockwaves from last season's violent finale. Quote, "Everything tastes better when Fred's dead." June Osborne speaks these words while sitting at a dinner and having a celebratory meal, to the tune of Dolly Parton's Getting Happy. The irony of the uplifting vibe is that Elizabeth Moss's starring character character, who's in a state of shock after leading the violent group murder of her former commander and abuser, Gilead leader Fred Waterford. Played by Joseph Fiennes, as the viewers see from his dried blood remaining caked on her face and hands. She only finds a fleeting moment of happiness during this meal with her fellow former handmaids. Moss, who also directed the premiere episode Morning, told The Hollywood Reporter that the handmaids were just going to town and eating as much food as they can, and it was sort of bacchanal how they were feasting like warriors when speaking about the diner scene, which she also mentioned was one of her favorites in the entire series. The 5th season of Hulu's Emmy-winning dystopian show returned with a 2-episode debut. The premiere picked up the morning after last season's finale to track the 24 hours after June returned home after Fred's murder. She added that there weren't a lot of shows that would open the season with an episode that takes place just in one day. It was certainly a bold decision, which is kinda cool. Miller further explained how June brought out a really scary Serena and how this sets the stage for the two women going neck to neck for the rest of the season, and he summed up the roots of what June's story is all about. The producer explained how it wasn't really about the bad things that were happening, but it was about surviving those bad things. Surviving, he noted, makes an optimistic story after all. And now for some other related news. First, The Handmaid's Tale's Amanda Brugel joins Giancarlo Esposito in The Driver. Amanda Brugel of The Handmaid's Tale has joined the cast of AMC's upcoming drama series The Driver, which is a remake of the British drama series of the same name that will star Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad alum Giancarlo Esposito. The series is set to arrive on AMC and AMC Plus later in 2023. The report of her casting was originally made by Deadline, who additionally also proved some insight into the character that Brugel will be playing. She'll be starring as Sister Anne, a tattooed nun who's completely devoted to her god and shares a mysterious past with Esposito's character, Vince. Brugel joined a cast that included previously announced actors like Paula Malcolmson, Zachary Momo, Bonnie Mbuli, and Skeet Ulrich. Next, Alexis Bledel is being written out of The Handmaid's Tale. When it comes to dealing with the after effects of trauma, perhaps no other character is quite as mired in the process as June's friend Emily Malik. Appearing in the original novel only briefly, her state-imposed title of Offglen is her only known name to the viewers initially, making her a handmaid character built more by the show than the book. Even if we meet Emily in the first season, we see someone who's pretty dedicated to bringing Gilead down at all costs, as Emily's actress Alexis Bledel stepped away from the role after season 4 for unknown reasons. Her story appears to have drawn to a finish, but there are plenty of questions left in its wake. In the season 5 premiere, we know Emily has gone back to Gilead from her wife Sylvia, played by Clea Duvall. June is quite stunned, but Sylvia is resigned, saying that hating the right people wouldn't be able to bring Emily back. Their conversation is strained, with Sylvia pointing out the usefulness of worrying about someone who's actively chosen to throw herself back into the fire. June asks that if Emily contacts Sylvia in the future, she will tell her, to which Sylvia scoffs and refuses. This effectively ends Emily's time on the show, but the impact of her departure leaves June and all the viewers absolutely reeling. Finally, The Handmaid's Tale has been renewed for a 6th and final season. The Handmaid's Tale has finally been renewed for a 6th and final season ahead of its season 5 premiere on Hulu. When the news was revealed out of TIFF, The Handmaid's Tale showrunner, creator, and executive producer Miller said in a statement on Thursday that it had been a true honor to tell the story of Margaret Atwood's groundbreaking novel and the chillingly relevant world. They were quite thrilled to bring viewers a 6th and final season of the show. They were very grateful to Hulu and MGM for allowing them to tell this story, which unfortunately has remained as relevant as ever throughout its run. All of the cast and crew were in total awe of their incredible fans for their unwavering support, and without whom they never would have gotten to this point. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think of The Handmaid's Tale returning for season 5? Let us know more in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.